Joy will return one morning. Joy cometh in the morning, the scriptures tell us. I hope so. I don't know if life would be worth living if it didn't. Thursday morning, I awoke to the phone ringing at 5:30 a.m. An artist friend. Cookie, this is terrible. What are we going to do? How did this happen? 6 a.m., a friend from England calls. Please tell me the BBC got this wrong. What is happening? What can I do to help? 6:15, my poet prayer partner called. Friends as far away as Australia and Africa reached out to see what could be done for this Charleston community. Again and again and again, phone calls, text, emails, all wanting to comfort, yet all needing comfort ourselves. What to do, what to do, what to do? Sweet hearts, broken hearts, asking hard questions, wanting answers, but wanting answers that belie this current reality. What do? We, my group of artist friends, to comfort ourselves and to show compassion to our communities, we will make art. We will draw and paint, sculpt and sing, write prose and poetry and quilt. With every brushstroke and every lump of clay, every song flung up to heaven, we will try to stitch and piece and mold our hurting community back together. And we can all do this. We can be together, and we can do it more often. Martin Luther King said that Sunday morning at 11 o'clock is the most segregated hour of the week. We can join with our brothers and sisters from different faiths and perspectives. We can meet for teas, dinners, softball games and concerts, art shows, and heart-to-heart conversations that may be difficult. We can learn about each other, and in times like these, we can mourn together. We are one human family. We need to get to know each other, for perfect love drives out all fear. Now, here is the challenge. To get to know one another, we have to be willing to be fearless truth tellers, speaking truth to power, and speaking truth for the powerless, and calling out bigotry and hate when we hear and see it. In the last 48 hours, I have heard talk, seen message boards, even a fiery letter to the editor about the Confederate flag on the State House, about guns. But how many of us have written our legislators and demanded that that symbol of hate and intimidation come down? Have we called out our relatives and neighbors, talking heads and public officials when we have veered towards hate speech? If we haven't, we can do better. We must do better. We will do better. I know we will. On Tuesday, Donald Trump told a crowd, the U.S. has become a dumping ground for everybody else's problems. He went on to then defame our Mexican neighbors to the south. The gunman, with malice in his heart, targeted this beautiful, historic African-American church called Mother Emanuel, as it gave birth to so many other congregations. He opened fire during Bible study. He reportedly echoed Mr. Trump's words. He told churchgoers before taking their lives, I have to do it. You're taking over our country, and you have to go. Yet, the terrorist who committed this horrific crime told the police he almost didn't go through with it because everyone was so nice to him. But he did it anyway because he had to fulfill his mission. Nelson Mandela said, no one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People can learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Friends, yes, again, this morning, the streets of heaven are too crowded with angels. Too crowded with angels. Pause to remember those that in this moment seem lost to us. They were children and parents, grandparents and friends. They are part of us. But I believe this morning, Charleston's streets are overcrowded with angels as well. I fully believe that we are all angels with waiting wings. And now is the time to unfold your wings and enfold someone else whose soul is hurting. Send love and compassion from your heart to theirs. My friend, the Reverend and Senator Clemente Pinckney, dedicated his life to love and justice between fellow human beings. He and 8 others died in the cause of that effort. In this difficult time in the United States, perhaps it is well we ask what kind of nation we are and what direction do we want to move in. For we, African Americans, knowing full well that this terrorist was a white male, we can be filled with bitterness and hatred and a desire for revenge. But that is not who we are. And all over Charleston, this weekend and in weeks to come, we can take up the mantle of forgiveness, just as the families of the slain did during the court hearing yesterday. In coming days, we will be bombarded with rehashing the incident and the gunmen. Be reminded, each of us, it is not our job to judge the gunmen. No, we must forgive the shooter, because forgiving him will give us peace of mind. Those precious souls at Mother Emanuel did not seek, nor did they provoke an assault on their innocence and purity. They did not expect, nor did they invite a confrontation with evil. They welcomed a stranger into their midst to seek the face of God with them. The true measure of a people's strength is how they rise to master a challenge when it does arrive. How will we master this opportunity to share oneness? We can make a heart-centered effort, as Martin Luther King did, to seek to understand, to comprehend the fears of those filled with hate, and replace this violence, this stain of bloodshed that has spilled out on our holy city, with an effort to be compassionate and to love. What we need in our city, our state, our world right now is not division. What we need is not hatred. What we need in Charleston is not violence or lawlessness or retribution. What we need is love. The love that every faith entreats us to teach and learn, and wisdom and compassion towards one another, and a commitment to justice towards those who still suffer within our communities, no matter their religions, their politics, or their ethnicity. So I ask you to go from this place, say a prayer, light a candle, sit in quiet meditation for the families of those we lost and for our brothers and sisters at Mother Emanuel AME. I believe with every fiber of my being and with all that is holy within each of us, the vast majority of the people in this country, in this city, in this room, want to live harmoniously, want to improve the quality of our lives and the lives of our children. We want justice and dignity and safety for all human beings. Precious Lord, take all our hands, lead us on, help us stand. Thank you.
Thank you, Cookie, very much. There are two things that come to mind that we can do as we depart today. One of those Mayor Riley mentioned